Hi, my name is Shola Ayibusi. It's good to have you. I'm the Chief Transformation Officer for Business and Tech Transformation Academy at BATTA. That's Business and Transformation Academy. We teach you how to do business in the proper way. We do business strategy, business consultations, teach you how to register your businesses, the legal side of it, the strategy side of it, and all of that. And also, we teach you tech skills. Okay. Today, it's about tech. Okay. And today, we want to look at something very interesting. It's about LinkedIn optimization. Your profile on LinkedIn needs to be optimized so that it can attract some goodies to you. All right. So I'm going to dive into that very, very shortly. So follow me, just follow me. All right. So I'm going to share my screen with you very shortly and we will dig deep into this and you will love it. All right. So let's go, let's go, let's go. So I want to believe, yeah, good. So today, let's look at LinkedIn optimization. LinkedIn, it's a social interaction app, okay, or platform, if you like. It's meant for professionals, okay, and it's meant to serve as a link for professionals. Well, it's not like Facebook or Instagram. It's more of the professional thing. Okay, you're a lawyer, you're a doctor, you're a data analyst, you're a business analyst, you are a tech person, you're a broadcaster. You should be on LinkedIn. Okay, it would help you to build a lot of professional network. Okay, it would also help you be able to make yourself a voice, on that platform. Okay, and then you attract people who are within the same niche with yourselves, and of course, even people that are not within your niche will get to know what you're capable of, what you do, okay, and probably what you have done in the past. And as we go along, you understand what I mean by that. So once again, my name is Shola Igusi, and I'll be taking this overview. All right. So let's go into it. Promises to be wonderful. So introduction. How about you not having to look for jobs, but rather attracting LinkedIn recruiters to your profile? Okay, so on LinkedIn, you have recruiters. Because it's a platform for professionals. So recruiters, I've always had this big problem of finding the right, set of people, the best fit for different roles they want to fill in the organization. And so having a platform such as LinkedIn, it's more like a miracle. It's more like a blessing. So recruiters, apart from doing the traditional recruitment process and all of that, trying to, publish it in newspapers or radio or television, or probably use Facebook. One of the things that they now do is to come to LinkedIn to search for people, okay, to search for people. So, and when they search, they're not there to play. They want to get people who can fill in, any of the roles they have available at the moment. So, it's one thing for you to be applying for the jobs, is another thing for LinkedIn recruiters to come to you, okay, by themselves. All right. But before they do that, you need to optimize your profile. You need to optimize your LinkedIn profile so that it can attract the right set of people to you. It can attract people who need your services, people who need the skills that you possess. Okay. So it really makes sense. Okay. Imagine, the recruiter coming to you and not that you are going to the recruiter. Okay. It really makes sense. Okay. Imagine you receiving a message in your inbox on LinkedIn to say, oh, we have so position. We have looked at your profile and we think you're very good, for what we want to do. So, are you available for an interview? Waking up to see that kind of message, I tell you, it's a whole lot. Okay. And in fact, even more interesting is the fact that when you discover that it's not as if you applied for the job, It's just because that person came to LinkedIn, saw your profile, and then reached out to you in your inbox. I tell you, that's a blessing. That's a miracle, and that's a good thing. All right, everybody loves it, and that's what LinkedIn has a capacity to do for you. All right. So as we go ahead in this, I would want to share some 5 useful acts that you will need in doing your optimization. Okay, there's need to do a search engine optimization of your LinkedIn profile so that you can have a hedge. Don't forget, this is a competition, really, because no matter where you stay, you have other people who may have the same skill sets, just as you have it. And you must sell yourself, you must present yourself as somebody who is better. Okay, that's what all this is all about. You have to, you know, put your profile in such a way that anybody who looks at it will say, "Oh, wow." I mean, going by what I can see, going by what I can read, even without talking to the person, even without seeing the person. Of course, it might even be a remote job, so they might not even end up ever seeing you physically. Okay, so but then if at all they can't see you physically, they can't see your face physically, you can't meet them, you can't have a handshake. All you do is Zoom a meeting and all of that. I mean, the first thing they would see is your profile, and if they are impressed, by that, of course, they will be interested to interview you. And if you do well at the interview, that will corroborate what they've read before on your profile. And then you go to the next stage of being recruited, being signed into the organization and all of that. Okay. So it's about search engine optimization, because it's about people searching. And if they are told they are searching, and when they search, you don't pop up, come on, you're going to lose out. So this is really, really interesting. And I mean, you can be sure that Business and Tech Transformation Academy, BATTA, would give you all that you need in terms of support in this area. So we look at your header, we look at your bio, we look at your job title and experiences, we look at keywords, international opportunity, and then look at your profile photo. We dance around all of those, for us to be able to have insight into optimization of your LinkedIn profile. Okay. So let's go for the first one. Optimize your header. Okay. You have an header, okay, on your LinkedIn profile. Okay. Just right below your name. Okay. So what you're supposed to do there, if at all you have not done that right now, is to go to your LinkedIn profile and click the edit button. All right. When you click the edit button for your header, make sure you use relevant keywords. So, for example, you are looking for a job that has to do with business analysis. Okay, business analysis. You're looking for a job that has to do with data analysis. You're looking for a job that has to do with software testing, software programming, or probably a project management. Okay, you must be able to use relevant keywords that conforms with the role you are looking for. Is really, really important. Okay, so if I'm looking for a data analyst job, and the keyword the keyword that I have on my header says truck driver, it doesn't align. Anybody who comes around and maybe mistakenly just come to your profile and see truck driver, I mean, and they want to recruit a data analyst, come on, they won't even spend a minute. As soon as they see truck driver, they're going to fly away from your profile. So if you want a data analyst role, come on, words like data analyst should be on your profile. In fact, not should, must be on your profile. Okay, because recruiters are basically searching specific words. So if you go on LinkedIn, don't worry, we'll do a practical session very soon. If you go on LinkedIn as a recruiter, you want to recruit for your organization, and you don't have an already existing database of people who have applied in the past. You want to try fresh hands. You come on LinkedIn and then you type data analyst in Ontario. Okay, probably you're recruiting around Canada. data analyst in Lagos, data analyst in Oklahoma, data analyst in Texas. That's a specific thing they want. Okay, they're not going to search for people who want job. No. That's too general, and that cannot even bring a good result. Okay, search result. So recruiters are searching for specific stuff: business analyst, data analyst, project manager. Very specific stuff. So what it means is that for anybody that has data analyst on their profile will pop up. That's it. If you don't have data analyst on your profile can never pop up for somebody who is searching for a data analyst. And that's just the plain truth. Okay. So when they search for terms that aligns with the position they want to fill, what they are trying to say is that, yes, we are specific. We know who exactly we want, and we want only profiles that matches this particular keyword. Okay. So don't forget it. When you're putting up your header, make sure that role that you're looking for is there. Okay. Recruiters don't use general terms. They use very specific terms. Okay. So okay, sorry. This should be check, not unchecked, please. Okay. So your current role should show in your bio. Okay. Your current role should show in your bio. All right. Don't worry, we'll get to a point where I will show you some of these things. And then, use something like data analysis. For example, somebody that wants a data analyst role. Okay. You must have something like data analyst, SQL, Python, Power BI, business and intelligence specialist, data science, etc. Those things should be on your header. All right. Because if you have them on your header and somebody is searching for Power BI, your profile will pop up. Somebody is searching for business intelligence specialist, which has to do with Power BI. Your profile will pop up. Okay. So you would feature more, in search results if you are able to put in the right kind of, terms, okay, that aligns with the role that you're looking for. Very, very important. All right. So here you optimize. Another thing you need to do is to optimize your bio, your description. Okay. Now, this allows you to describe who you are, okay, what you've done in time past, what you are doing at the moment, what you're capable of, the skills that you have, some of the wonderful stuff that you have done, okay. You are trying to describe yourself. So recruiters also pay, after coming into your profile, they look at your header, they can see, data analyst, blah, blah, blah. They want to have a feel of, some other things about you, okay. So your description will give them more details about you. Okay. All right. So in your bio, in your description, you can also repeat some of those keywords. Okay. Data analyst, Power BI, business intelligence specialist, blah, blah, blah. All right. So you need to do that, because it's about the keywords. The keywords are just so important. So LinkedIn is just more like Google. Google is a search engine. LinkedIn is also a search engine. Because when people go in there, they search. So when they search, they have some results pop up. Okay. So if those results, the results that will pop up will basically be determined by what they searched for. Okay. So if somebody searches for business analyst, it's only business analyst that will pop up. All right. So you must use the right keywords so that, recruiters, searchers can find you very, very easily. Now, you could have a little, you could come up with some description about yourself, and of course you can jump on ChatGPT to give you a more elaborate, a more elaborate, description of yourself, giving flesh to that. Okay. So maybe before the end of this session, I'm going to also show you that. All right. So then repeating the keyword is a good strategy. Okay, you have the keywords in your header, all right, just below your name. Then you have the keywords also in your bio and description. I mean, it makes a lot of sense. You are repeating it. You are repeating it. Okay. The more you repeat it, the better. All right. So that you can always pop up. Okay. There's what we call SEO, search engine optimization. So when you use those words, it helps you to rank well. So in fact, even if they search for data analyst, you might have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pages of data analyst. So, but then some people will feature on the first page. A lot of people go to the second or third page. Yeah, they just look at the people who featured on the first page, look into their profile, and then boom, they reach out to them in their inbox. So if you feature on the first page, it's an advantage for you. So one way to do that is to ensure that you are repeating those keywords so that you will have better chance of featuring on the first page. Okay, you have the better chance of featuring on the first page. So in your bio, you want to add more details. Oh, I'm a quintessential data analyst, business analyst. I have experience. I have over 5 years experience in blah, 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 and all of that. I've done social project, and, I've worked. Just put it on ChatGPT and tell it to, give you, add more flesh to it. And then you copy and then you paste on your bio or description session, okay, on LinkedIn. Good. So you can mention the tools that you are familiar with. All right. For business analysts, you can mention your Microsoft Visio, mention the different tools that you make use of, your gap analysis tool, your SWOT analysis tool, and all of that. Mention Lucid Chart and all of that. So the tools that are used to mention Jira, mention Confluence, mention Slack, and all of that. I mean, communication tools, okay, collaboration tools. So for data analysis, of course, you want to mention your Excel, your Power BI, your SQL, and all of that, okay. Business intelligence, all of that, very, very important. The competencies you have, very, very important. So as a data analyst, like I mentioned, you want to mention Excel, you want to mention Power BI, SQL, and all of that. And you can put your contact there to show, so that people can reach out to you. You don't want to do, you don't want to position yourself as somebody who is private or secretive or no. You're looking for a job. So make your details available, your email address and all of that. Okay. Still on, let's go to optimize job titles and work experience. So now a lot of people will say, oh, I'm looking for a business analyst job, but I've never been employed as a business analyst before. Well, it's true and it's not true. Okay. Now look at it. What do business analysts do? Business analysts, try to solve business problems. So the question is this: have you ever solved any business problems before? The answer is yes. So even if your organization did not call it business, did not call you a business analyst, but in truth, you are actually a business analyst, okay? Though your organization never called you a data analyst, they called you they called you a reconciliation accountant. They called you a mechanical engineer. They called you a nurse. They called you a medical doctor, and all of that. The fact remains that you're solving a problem, okay? You can be called a business analyst, okay? While you were doing that, that reconciliation, bank stuff, attending to customers, you were collecting data, isn't it? You are a data analyst. Oh yeah, yes, your organization did not call you a data analyst, but I can tell you for free, you have done data analysis before and you have experience in data analysis. So a lot of people say, oh, I don't have experience, I'm just starting. No, you didn't just start. You actually started a long time ago and you didn't even know. In fact, as far back as when you were in secondary school, as far back as when you were in university, you already started your data analysis experience. The first job you got, I'm sure you attended to people, you got data, you had that data stored somewhere, even if it's, on a sheet of paper, a logbook and all of that. It's data analysis, and from there you could look at sales and say, oh, okay, we sold so amount of stuff today, so number of customers came in today, and all of that. That's data analysis, and you're able to say, okay, it looks like we make more sales on Fridays, going by all the records that we have in these books. Okay, yeah, it wasn't Excel, but they were books. But from what you can see, you can, deduce and, draw some insight. That is data analysis. Oh yeah, that's data analysis. So don't try to box yourself and say, oh, I don't have experience at all. No, you do have experience. And so determine the titles you give to the past and current roles that you have. Okay, so if you worked somewhere like about 4 or 5 years ago, and probably they called you a technician, they called you a customer service person, blah 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 blah, you are free to give it a title that you want based on the role you are looking for now. Did you do data analysis at that point in time? Yes. The role that you are, when you are putting in your job titles and work experience, you can actually make the job title data analyst. Oh yeah, you can make data. Now, don't forget, companies have a way of creating all manner of titles. Now, you could be doing customer service in a particular organization. They call you customer service officer, isn't it? And you can go on to another organization and you are doing almost the same thing. In fact, the same thing. And then the title will be customer success executive. Can you see the conundrum, the dilemma with titles? It's all about titles. You understand? But it's not actually all about titles. It's also about what you do in that role. Okay, the title can change. There's no rule that says, oh, the title has to be the same. You can always tweak your title based on the job that you are applying for. Okay, so you can imagine the customer service officer, then customer success executive. It's the same. It's just English. Okay, so even if you have worked in the let's say manufacturing industry all the days of your life, and maybe you are like you are more like an engineer there. Okay, they call you engineer there. That does not mean that you can. The question is, did you do data analysis there? Yes, you did. In that manufacturing company, you did data analysis. Of course, you can be referred to as a data analyst. Yeah, because you did data analysis when you were doing that particular job. So that's you have to tailor your roles. Okay, tailor your title based on the job that you are applying for at the moment. Okay, you're not supposed to have a static title, a static job title. You can always tweak it based on what you're applying for. So don't use vague titles, okay? That'll make you lose opportunities. Use very distinct titles. If you're interested in data analyst role, make sure you are using the title that conforms with that particular role. Okay, if you say truck driver, if all your job titles and your work experience is pointing to truck driver, all of your job titles, all of your job experiences talking about truck driver, and now you say you want a data analyst role, nobody's going to give you that job. As in, nobody on earth will ever do that. So it's your responsibility to look at yourself and say, oh, all right, my job title, yes, they called me truck driver then, But actually, I did data analysis. I was able to, I was delivering stuff. I was, I had to monitor data. I had to make sure that, I follow up on, my deliveries and all of that. That's data analysis. Okay. So you need to change that job title. If you leave it as truck driver, you leave it as engineer, you leave it as a nurse, you leave it as a medical doctor. Nobody's going to, give you the opportunity to get a role as a data analyst. Okay, so you must be able to use titles that will make recruiters not to run away from you. Okay, if all I see is engineer all through your job title and your work experience, engineer. Sorry, and you say you want to, get a business analyst role, or a project manager role. I'll be foolish if as a recruiter I give you that job. Okay, and don't forget, as an engineer, actually you're also a project manager, but you would have to write your experience, your work experience, your job title in a way that will show project management. Oh, yes. It has to show project management. If it's not showing project management, you just say, oh, yes, I'm an engineer, and then you begin to write the things you did at that organization. You begin to write something like, oh, we built a mall. Okay, we built a mall at so place. We built we built the state we built the building, we built the office of the governor, blah blah blah. You know, yes, those things are good, but I mean, you must reflect business analysis. You must reflect data analysis. If that's what you want to apply for, you must be. You can say, okay, we worked on social project, so I gathered all the data of of the stakeholders, the data of the laborers, the data of the suppliers, analyze analyze the expenses, analyze this and that, blah 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 blah. Now you are talking as a data analyst. All right. So for that particular job, you were a data analyst and not just a site engineer. Okay. So you must be able to use words that would not make recruiters run away and say, oh, this guy is a special analyst. The reason is because the title, the way you have crafted your experience is just showing, it's just showing that you're not ready for a data analyst role. But then even if you have worked as a customer service person, there's a way you can craft your experience, and the recruiter will say, oh wow, this person really has experience in data analysis. Okay, your experiences must align with the roles you want to attract. Okay, your experience must align. All right, whether your present or your past experiences, they must be able to persuade the recruiter to reach out to you. Okay, so don't expect a data analyst recruiter to reach out to you when your experience points to biomedical science. Okay, the truth is that biomedical science, the truth is that even biomedical scientists, they collect data, they analyze data, isn't it, to make critical decisions. So they are also data analysts, in a way. They are data analysts, but then there must be a way, there must be a way you want to craft experience so that it doesn't point to biomedical science, but rather point to data analysis. Okay, because that's what is really, really, really important. Okay, so you must be able to. So under your experiences, it makes no sense to say, oh, I built a biomedical equipment. That's not data analysis. Okay, data analysts don't build biomedical equipment. Okay, So you should rather craft it in a way that will suggest that you collected data, you cleaned data, you analyzed data, and all of that. All right. So let's go. So data analysts, build reports, they build dashboard. Okay. So you must be able to craft your experiences, your job title, and all of that to show that, oh, you created reports. Okay. There was this project you worked on. So we created report for all the expenses. We created report. We created dashboard for all the people that worked on the project, blah, blah, blah. We worked on KPIs. Now that's the language of data analyst. So the language of data analyst must appear in your work experience. If it doesn't appear there, sorry, you are not going to get that job. Okay, it has to just appear. So you can't be speaking the language of a nurse in a data. You can't be speaking the language of a nurse when you want a data analyst role or a business analyst role. Okay, there are nurses who have switched from being nurses to becoming business analysts, project managers. All right, but by the time they're going to craft their work experience or resume, they're not going to be putting there that, oh, I injected somebody with so whatever. No, because that's medical science. But you're not going to talk about medical science. You're going to talk about data. So I worked at so hospital as a data analyst. I collected data of patients, blah, blah, blah. You are now speaking as a data analyst. You are no longer speaking as a nurse, because if you want to transition from being a nurse to a business analyst, a data analyst, a project manager, there must be evidence, okay, that at least you have that experience and all of that. So you must be able to craft your experiences properly, okay, to align with the role you're applying for. If you're still going to apply for the position of a nurse, you can leave it that way and say, oh, you injected, you every day you inject so number of patients, you attend to so number of patients, you give them first aid, blah, blah, blah. Those are the language that you expect from a nurse. But if you want a data analyst role, we also expect a different language from you, okay? And that should show forth in your work experience, okay? So so a lot of recruiters will meticulously go through your profile, all right? And that will determine whether they will come to your DDM or not, okay? If they will come to your inbox, they have to be impressed, okay? If they are not impressed, sorry, you're talking about the people you have injected with, this injection and that injection, they will say, wow, this person is not serious, okay? We need a core data analyst, okay, a core business analyst, a core project manager, and all of that. So mention your results, mention your accomplishment, mention the things you've done, the projects you worked on, the dashboard, the reports you've created. You can even attach a link to your portfolio, okay? And that's why those things that I've taught you, those things that you have created, don't lose them. I expect that you gather them in a Google Drive link and have them handy, okay, so that people can always click on it. And by the time they see what you've designed, what you've done, they say, wow, this person is really, really good. Okay, so mention your achievement. You could mention that, oh, with my data analysis skill, I was able to recommend so to my organization, and it improved productivity by 50%. It improved efficiency by 90%. Give them that accomplishment in your work experience and all of that. That would really, really help. You can also put the trainings, the certifications that you have done. You put it there. Okay, that would also help. And of course, you should optimize for international opportunities. Okay, mention that you're open to work. Mention that you're also actively searching for remote roles. Very, very important. You must use a professional, photo or profile photo is really, really, really important. Don't just, put a very funny profile photo. No, very clean and clear, where you're looking straight into the camera, a wonderful headshot, okay, where you're smiling. You can't be frowning. You understand? So if you're smiling, your face is cool and calm. It shows that you are friendly, okay, and that you can be approached, so to say, you're approachable. And aside the profile photo, a professional photo, profile photo, you should have a cover photo also. I'll show you that, okay? And of course, you can design this on Canva. I mean, it's no big deal at all. You can design it on Canva. So that will show you, that will show anyone who comes to your profile, your what you are able to do, your philosophy, okay? And I mean, all of this as a way of just adding some flavor to your profile, okay? So that they can then decide whether to connect with you or whether to just pass, okay, and go to the next person. All right. These things must be colorful, they must be wonderful, so that you can attract the recruiters to your DM. Okay. Make the thing, make your profile photo, your cover photo, I mean, very personal. Make sure you are the one there. You can even have a photo where you're socializing with colleagues. Maybe you are standing somewhere and you are deliberating, or you are in a meeting on the table. It shows that you are not a loner. You can work with a team. Okay. The bottom line really is that your banner, which is your cover photo, stands to represent your persona. Okay. Are you somebody that can work with others? Are you somebody who is diligent? All of that is really, really important, and it must be reflected in your cover photo, okay, and then your profile photo, very professional. Just go to a nearby photographer, a studio. Let them give you something really, really wonderful, something really, really cool, and yeah, I mean, it will really add a lot of flavor to what I mean, add a lot of flavor to your profile, because everybody wants something beautiful, something nice. So if I have 10 people pop up when I do a search on LinkedIn, I want to go for that person whose picture is not wrinkled, whose picture is beautiful, who is neat. I mean, who is neat. You know, your picture will give an impression, okay, of who you are even before they begin to speak with you. You can't have a terrible haircut. Okay, you're a professional. Your haircut should speak about your professionalism, your decency. Okay, yeah, people want decent people. All right, so I can actually gauge whether you're decent through your photo. So that's why you must pay attention to that. So a recap of the points that we have discussed: optimize your header, which is right below your name, optimize your bio, your description, optimize your job titles and work experience, optimize your profile for international opportunities, and then make sure you use a professional profile photo and a cover photo. Thank you so much for your attention, for watching this. I expect you to go implement this, okay? And the next step will be for me to review some profile, and all the things I've mentioned. We'll then look at some profiles to see how they were implemented, and I'm sure you are going to love it. So thank you very much for watching this. I hope that you implement it, and then I'll see you again in the next session where I will review all of these profiles and see how we can learn from them. All right. Thank you. My name is Shola Ayebusi, and I will see you again. Bye-bye. All right. Thank you so much for coming around, for joining, for, watching this. No matter when you're watching it, morning, afternoon, evening, night. Okay. Good to have you. All right. My name is Shola Ayebusi for Business and Tech Transformation Academy. We teach people how to do business in the proper way. We teach people, tech skills, data analysis, project management, business analysis, software testing, website design, graphic design, video creation, video editing, and so many, many, many more um, tech skills. Okay, and it's good to have you today. So this is going to be the continuation of our LinkedIn optimization journey. And I'm sure you must have watched the video where I talked about the 5 hacks that you need to implement. And I want to believe that you started implementing that. So let me share my screen with you and we'll do a review of probably 5 to about 10 different profiles. Okay, and learn 1 or 2 things from those profiles. Okay, I'm going to share my screen very quickly so that you can have an idea of what I'm talking about. Okay, um, so let's go there. All right. I'm gonna come here. So in the last session we did this. I'm sure you've been able to go through it. All right. We did this and we did that and we did this. Yep, yep, yep. And that and that. Yep. So let's move on. Let's review. Let's review. So let me come here. Okay, good. Look at this guy. This guy is based in Texas. I mean, this guy is based in US. Yeah, Arlington, Texas, United States, and he has 147 connections. You need to do more. You know, to connect with more people. That's really, really important. Okay, so check yours too and see whether you have so many connections. It's good that you have as many as possible. Yep. So this person has 174 connections. No follower. If you are really, really active, you will have connections. You also have followers. So you need to work on that. Okay, work on that. All right. So you have his name here. Okay, and then you have the description here. You have the header, so to say, which is always below the name. So it says actively looking for a business analyst role across the United States. That's what is looking for, and that's what they are stated there. But then don't forget business analyst appear here, very, very important. And then United States appearing here. Okay, those keywords are really, really important. And then you can see here. So he was able to. This is where he works at the moment. Okay, and then this is the school he went to. So look at this, open to work. Now, can you see that? Then he also used this kind of DP design to show that he's open to work. So let's check he's open to work in which area. Data analyst, data scientist, business analyst, business consultant, business intelligence analyst. Now look at it, location types, on-site, hybrid, remote. And that's lovely because if you invite him for on-site within US, is available. If it's hybrid, maybe few days on-site, few days remotely from his house, is also available. And if it's totally remote, okay, is also available. Locations on-site, United States, locations remote, that is, whether the job is even outside US is also very much available. So having looked at this, I can decide to message him. All right. But then I don't want to do that. Okay. And there's no point sharing his profile. So this guy is open to work. So you too must be open to work. You cannot, except if you're satisfied, you don't, I doubt if anybody will do that anyway. So everybody wants some extra work. So, but then look at this, the cover photo, he has put business analyst. All right. Though since he's also going by what we saw here, he's also interested in data analyst, data scientist role. Maybe he should have added all of these things on this. Okay. I don't know whether he has knowledge of Canva. So on Canva, you can actually design this and just maybe let me go there and show you Canva. So I'll show you how to design your cover photo. Okay. So let me go here and say cover photo or banner. Anyone. Cover photo or banner. You would, let me see. Okay. Yep. Let me see. Show more. Let's see. Okay. Yeah. So let's look at templates. All right. So look at this. This is beautiful. All right, but it's broken. Let's look at this. Okay. Trying to find one that is colorful. Yeah. Can you see this? But this is pro. You have to pay for this. Okay. Let's see. I want something simple but very okay, let's go for this. Let's go for this. Let's customize this template and we can say let's wait for it. Okay. So yeah, this is born to hustle. I am not born to hustle. I'm born to be strategic and be successful. Hustling is for people who are not positioning themselves well. I mean, that's by the way, anyway. So let's see what we can do here. I'm trying to, yeah, okay, good. So this bond to also, I don't like it. It's either I take it off or I just say business analyst, business analyst. What else? What else? Okay. Business analyst. Um, business analyst. Then let me try and business analyst, data analyst. All right. So let me do something here. Let me see. Trying to use, okay, let me use this line. Let me use this line. Let me use this line. Use this line. See if I can turn it around. Yep. Turn it around and turn it around and reduce it. Okay, good. And okay, it's not straight. Let's turn it. Make sure it's 90 degrees. Good. All right. Make sure it's 90 degrees. So let's take it out. Up, and take it out down there. Yep. Good. So there you go. I'm going to reduce this whole thing. Gonna reduce it. Let me do this. Reduce it. It's all about being creative. There's no hard and fast rule to it. Okay. There's no hard and fast rule to it. Let me bring it down here. Okay. And let me reduce this maybe a bit more. All right. Or maybe more. All right. Okay. Yeah. And then I can drag this guy. Let me reduce the length. Reduce the length. Make sure it's 90. It has to be straight. It has to be straight. Make sure, yeah, 90, good. And then bring it down here. Bring it down here. All right, okay. Let me give a little space here. Good. All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. Good. Good. Okay. So let me try to let me try to all right, business analyst, data analyst. All right, so let's okay, so let's leave it at this for now, and let's say okay, let's bring a photo. Let's bring a photo here. Personal photo. Let's say this. Let's say this. Let's say this. All right. Let's say this. Oh no. Let's say let's take an element and go for no, I don't need shape. I don't need shape. Let's see. I need frame. What I need is frame. I'll go for this frame. Um, I'll go for this frame. Yep. And then let me reduce this a bit. Let me bring this up a bit. And then, yep. Good job. Okay, good. So that's it. And then I can push it here. And then this, I can push up here and pull to this side. And then this, I can pull up here using my arrow key. And then this. All right, good. Can you see that? Simple, but makes sense. So business analyst, data analyst, blah, blah, blah. Okay. And all I need to do is so I can even upload I can upload my logo, put my logo, my logo. So put in business and tech transformation logo. Yeah. Oh no, 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 no. Okay, no, 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 no. Yeah, you have to adjust it in such a way that doesn't. Okay, is it good here? No. So let me adjust it a bit more. No, 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 no. So it's because there are other pictures there and there are other frames there. So you have to continue to try until you get a place that will not interfere with the template. So let's see, let's see, let's see, let's see, let's see, let's see, let's see. It's not compulsory that you put this. I mean, it's just because I have this company. That's why I'm putting it here. All right. It's not compulsory. It's not compulsory. Let's see how it looks. Does it look good? Not really. 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 You can see as soon as it got here, it changed this. So let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Okay. All right. All right. All right. So I think I'll take it off. I mean, it won't. It's not going to be fine there. I wish I could put it somewhere around here. Maybe around here. I mean, this corner will even be better. But then this is a picture on its own. So if you bring this picture here, also, it's going to overshadow it immediately. Can you see? So there's no point. 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 All right, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right. Okay. So. Okay, I'm going to take it out. Yep. Not compulsory. I mean, you can always take it out. Let me expand this a bit more. Expand this a bit more. All right. Yep. So. Okay, I think I take it up a bit more. All right. Good job. Okay, so I think that does it for this. Let me push this down a bit more. Let me push this down a bit more. I don't want the picture to be too close. Okay. Yeah. All right. Good. So we can go, download this, and you could have that as your cover as PNG. It's better to download as PNG. So let's go download it. Let's go download it. So let's see how it looks. How does it look? Let's see. Yep. Okay. Yep. All right. That's it. So you can then upload this on your profile. Okay. Here, you upload this. Okay. You'll see the pen, something like a pen here. Just click it. So you'll be able to upload your own cover photo. All right. So let's move on. Let's move on. So this guy, you can see Power BI, here. Then about business analyst with 5 years of experience in SDLC, that's software development life cycle. We also we teach business analysis. So of course, I mean, we are so much vast with all of these things. SDLC, Agile, Scrum, that's project management, and waterfall methodologies. Waterfall is actually methodology in project management, also proficient in BRD, FRD, business requirement document, functional requirement document, and SRS documentation using MS Visio. You remember I mentioned Microsoft Visio the other time. Jira, Confluence, can you see, is mentioning the tools that is very familiar with, okay? That's what recruiters want to see. The methodologies, the documents you use in doing whatever you do, whether as business analyst, data analyst, project manager, or whatever, or software programmer, any tech skill at all, then using Microsoft Visio, Jira, Confluence, these are project management tools, collaboration tools, okay? This is a short process flow tool, okay? Skilled in data analysis with Spotfire, Tableau. Can you see now? Though he's trying to push business analyst, but then he also has skill in data analysis. Okay, that's a plus for him. So You can get a job as a business analyst. You can also get a job as a data analyst. That's beautiful. And some organization actually requires that even as a business analyst, you have data analysis skill. Okay, while some organization would just want you to have business analysis skill and that's all. Okay, but then him having this is a plus. Okay, for me too, I have both and even much more. So that's why it gives a lot of leverage. Tableau, Power BI, Salesforce, and SQL, and I experience in project management and team collaboration using Monday.com. Monday.com is also a project management tool. Manage projects with MS Project. This is also a project management tool by Microsoft, and Excel. Excel is also a tool by Microsoft. Improving, now look at the result and achievement, improving operational efficiency. Now, even if you say you know all of these things, so tell us, what did you use it for? Okay, did you improve anything within the organization? Your data analysis, did it improve efficiency? Did it improve productivity? Did you recommend anything that changed, the way the organization was? I mean, you've got to have results, okay? Expertise includes gap analysis. Yeah, I mentioned gap analysis the other time. That's business analysis for you. SWOT analysis, that's also business analysis. And cost benefit analysis, that's business analysis. With strong leadership, now all of this is for solving problems. Gap analysis, SWOT analysis, cost benefit analysis. With strong leadership, now he has mentioned technical skills, the tools. Now he's mentioning soft skills like strong leadership, problem solving. These are soft skills, and decision making capabilities delivered results in, can you see results in SRM, customer relationship management, project management, and business intelligence. So this is beautiful. This is your bio, okay? Your bio, your description that I mentioned the other time, okay? Let me go back there. The bio. Yes, okay. Yes. So this one is the header I talked about already. Then the bio, okay. So here you want to make sure you tell people about yourself and what you do. Okay. It can be more than this. It depends on you, and but then it shouldn't be shorter than this. I mean that would make sense. Okay. So he featured his resume, so anybody can just click it and then just look at it. Then you have his activities, the post he has done in recent past. So you have to look at his post. Then you also have, the experience he has as a business analyst, BlackRock, under a contract, business analyst with Orion Technolab, blah, blah, blah. Then, I mean, you can see the dates, November 2023 to present, Texas, United States. You can see what he was able to do. That is conducted financial analysis using MS Excel, including budgeting, forecasting, various analysis, blah, 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 and then mentioning, the tools here, mentioning the skills here, Power BI, Tableau, mentioning, very critical, keywords, okay, here, strategy, decision making, Confluence, Jira, impact analysis, SWOT analysis, gap analysis, MS, SharePoint, reducing, and look at it, reducing manual effort by 30%. So evaluated and recommended process improvement. As a business analyst, one of the things we do is to recommend improvement. Okay, you want to make sure that the process is improved upon. Where people are using manual method, you want to digitize it. You want to bring in a lot of better, process flow, streamlining financial operations using MS SharePoint, so everybody can collaborate together, reducing manual effort by 30%, and that's beautiful. And leveraging gap analysis, this is beautiful. This is the way you will craft your your experiences, okay, under every job title. So look at this. So if at all the title they gave him they gave him in this particular organization is not business analyst, but with all that he's doing, of course, it's business analysis. Okay, so you have the right to determine the title you put here. Okay, but the title you put here must conform with what is under here. So even if you worked, the company say, oh, you are a nurse, okay? You can't put nurse here and say you want a data analyst. Then all that you have here cannot be, oh, attended to 1,000 patients. You know, attending to 1,000 patients is not even the problem. I mean, you can't say, oh, I gave them injection, I gave them so medication, blah, blah. No, no, that's not data analysis. Oh, I was in charge of analyzing the data of 1,000 patients in the hospital, um, analyze for those at the risk of blah, blah, blah. So that's what you must do. Okay, I use Excel to do blah, blah, blah. I use Power BI to create a report of, outpatients, inpatients, blah, blah, blah. You know, that's the things you must talk about. It's about using the right keywords, using the right terminology, so to say. So here also business manage software development project using waterfall methodology, blah, blah, blah. Now, it's possible that in this particular organization, it was probably employed as a project, maybe project manager or whatever. Okay, but then he decided to make a business analyst, okay, based on some of the things that he did here. So sometimes, what you're doing in an organization is actually business analysis, but the company can call it a totally different name. Oh yeah. Okay. So, but that does not change the fact that it's business analysis. Okay. So it's your duty to determine whether you want to put it here or you want to use another different, a different title that will then make the recruiter to run. Okay. And then, well, it has just about two experiences. Okay. Um, January 2019 till about 2022. But let's look at his education. Let's look at his education. He did. He has. Okay. Look at it. Look at it. So, University of Texas at Arlington. Blah blah blah. From this period to this, and then look at the skills he got from there. Look at it. Look at this. So Microsoft Excel, data warehousing, Python, cloud computing, AWS, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Look at those, project management. So yeah. So those were the skills he learned from that. And then he also got his bachelor's from Maharashtra Institute of Technology. Okay, that's good. Let's see more of his education. Then Loyola High School and Junior College, this is that. Okay. All right. Let's look at more stuff from him. Skills, about 59 skills. You are free to choose as many as possible. In those verbal communication, um, documentation, decision making, a whole lot. Feel free to pick, different skills that you have. You need to update them as time passes. Look at the leadership, public speaking, tablet skill, oral communication, analytics skill, project management, blah, blah, blah. So sometimes they will ask you, where did you get the skill? So you can reference your university, you can reference Business and Tech Transformation Academy, where you did your business analysis training or your data analysis training or your project management or website design training or any of those skills that we offer. Okay. Agile methodology, analysis. Okay. Good. Wonderful skills. Okay. So and you can break it down, industry knowledge. You can break it down, or you just go to all the skills. Okay. Good job. So let's move. Interest. I mean, depends on the companies and people you're interested in. He's interested in JP Morgan Chase, Accenture, and show all companies that's interested in. Let's see, interested in Johnson and Johnson. So some of the companies that you like, and probably you want to work there. Why don't you follow that interested in? Okay, look at all this. All right. So just look at that. Just data consultancy services, blah 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 blah, and all of that. So that's it. That's it for this guy. Let's check another one. This for business analysis. analyst. Let's look at this one. Also business analysis. Can you see that? Business analyst, project manager, change lead. Now, this change lead is the title for another title that has to do with business analysis. For you to implement change, it's a business analyst that implements change, but the organization decides to call it change lead. So the title does not really matter. What matters is what you were doing there at that point in time. So look at this picture, wonderful picture. I mean, smiling and all of that. Look at that guy too. Let's look at him. He wasn't looking away. You can't have a picture where you are looking away. Okay, you must look straight. Beautiful background of a picture, wonderful. Then you look at here. I mean, this is beautiful. She didn't write anything on it, okay, but then this atmosphere is beautiful. I mean, it will attract anybody. All right. So, yep. So change lead at Charlotte, NC, United States. Okay. And this is where she works at the moment. And then this is the university she went to. 332 connections. Okay, not that much, but then work in progress. Okay, so for you too, it's work in progress. Continue. Yep. Okay, so you and blah 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 both in this. Okay, we even share, a particular group together. We're in a mutual group. Me and this particular person, and myself. Okay, so look at some of our posts. All right, you have to be posting, please. All right, you don't just open your LinkedIn profile and then you go sleep. Post, okay? Sometimes you just share the post of some other people if their post makes sense. Now look at this one. Protivity, okay? Protivity is the name of the company. Look at this. LinkedIn helped me to get this job. Can you see that? Beautiful. It was LinkedIn that helped her to get this job. It wasn't as if she applied somewhere and all of that. A recruiter, came on LinkedIn, searched for people with a particular skill, and then they reached out to her, and that was it. Can you see now? Because when you are filling in your experience, you get to a point whereby you'll be asked, was it LinkedIn that helped you to get this job? And that's what she puts here. LinkedIn helped me to get this job. Now, this is to confirm to you that you can get a job on LinkedIn. There's no doubt about that. If you are constantly, if you are consistent, if your profile makes sense, recruiters will, one way or the other will reach out to you, okay? And then it will be left for you to now negotiate and talk about what you want, all right? So imagine she has been here now 2 years, 7 months, senior consultant risk and compliance, but then she didn't start from there. She started as lead experienced senior analyst, financial crime compliance, blah, 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 Cincinnati, Ohio, United States, and look at the skills that she has under that, so it's possible. It's possible. It depends on pre-implementation, training, team leadership, ED, Microsoft Excel, blah, 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 blah. These are the skills she's using for this particular organization, right here. Productivity, good, beautiful. But then she worked earlier at HSBC, okay, that's a bank, as a business analyst, project manager. Can you see now? Business analyst, project manager, change consultant. All right. So sometimes when you are like a senior level business analyst, you could be called a change consultant, okay, because it's now high level. All right, change management, finance, and some other 17 skills. That's what she got from HSBC, and then she didn't start from here. She grew through the ranks. Okay, she grew through the ranks. And then she started as expert KYC, blah, blah, senior expert KYC, and then she grew to business analyst, blah, 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 and all of that. She also has some other 5 experiences, under the same, so this is the senior document control specialist. All right. So look at this, even this, that is not business analysis or I'm business analyst, still has Microsoft projects. Okay, and that again is still to an extent in line with business analysis. So what you have in your experiences should not be too far, okay, from what you want as a new role. Okay, it shouldn't be too far. So that's what it is. Look at all our experiences, look at the skills here, blah blah blah. You know, they conform, and then they are not too totally far from what she wants, because what she wants essentially is any role that has to do with business analysis, project management, and change management, and that's what she's been getting. Okay. Now for this job that she got through LinkedIn, her profile did it. That's just it. Her profile did it. It's not because of anything. The recruiters don't really have respect for anybody. They have respect for your profile, and that's it. They will not do unnecessary partiality. All right. So, and then look at her education. The postgraduate studies and all of that, some other education too. Yep. So state your own too. You don't have to state your secondary, primary school. No, there's no need for that. Your university, postgraduate studies, that's enough. Okay. All right. That's it. So, and then the stuff she's interested in Deloitte. Yeah, of course, because imagine her working in Deloitte. That would be a very good leap for her. JP Morgan, imagine her having a job at JP Morgan as business analyst or change specialist, change consultant. That would be a good one for her. And then you have other companies, JP Morgan Chase, HSBC, where she worked before, Goldman Sachs, all related. Yeah, all related. Barclays Bank. You can see she's picking with very related stuff. She's following Harvard Business Review. Can you see CNN Business, BC News, Wall Street Journal? So you pick things that align with your field. Bloomberg, Productivity. Can you see she's even working there right now? Financial Times, Forbes, things that has to do with, what she's really, really, really passionate about. All right, business analysis, project management, blah, 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 HSBC, global private banking, Bloomberg News, City, Citibank, all of those things really, really, really makes sense. Okay. KPMG, it really, really makes sense. Those things those companies that she's following, Deloitte Consulting, apart from just following Deloitte, then she's following project management, okay, so that you can get more information, more. All right, thank you so much. Welcome back. This is Shola Ibusi for Business and Tech Transformation Academy. And so let's continue our journey with respect to looking at profiles and seeing what we can learn from them. I hope you can see my screen. Yep. So for this lady, beautiful, Goldman Sachs asset management, beautiful stuff she's following here. Make sure you follow pages where you can learn more about your field. All right. So let's go to another profile. Let's go from this profile. You can be sure. After working here at Productivity, she's been working for about 3 years now. The next job she's going to get will be a lot better, I tell you. And this job is even hybrid. Can you see? Hybrid. Okay. So few days in the office, few days at home. And that makes sense a lot. And with this, you can get another remote job. Another job that is completely remote. Okay. And if I thought she's working in this organization, even those days when she would have to go to office, 100% remote job can still be done, because our system is what she needs. Okay. And so she could have 2 jobs on her hands, this Productivity and a completely remote job. which you would just do by the side. And I mean, nothing will hinder her from still performing here. Okay, so if she gets about let's say $5,000 a year, and maybe the other remote job, maybe she gets like 4K or maybe 4.5, 4,500 pounds, I mean, or dollars. That's a whole lot, man. So that's it. That's it. So you must be calculative and see how you can play your game well. All right, let's go to this one. This is also business analyst at Tata Consultancy Services, United States. And, so for this guy, I mean, this is the organization, this is a school he attended. So he actually unchecked, his call. I mean, okay, so let me show you this. I mentioned this here. Yeah. So current role in battle. So this guy decided to uncheck it, but what should actually be here should be checked. Okay, please. It's better to check it. Okay. So if he has checked it, where he's working at the moment will show here. Okay. So, and that's to say that yes, you have a job that you are in right now. It's not as if you're jobless. So it makes sense. But then even though he unchecks that, and where he works at the moment is not here, but then he's here. Business analyst at Tata Consultancy Services, United States. Okay. So 332 connections, not that much, but not too bad. All right. Let's see his activities and the recent time. No activity really. Okay. And that's not good. It's good to always have activities. All right. So there must be something you are doing on your profile. Don't just leave it there just like that. All right. So because some recruiter may look at that and some might not even bother. Okay, they might just be interested in your skill and not bother whether you are posting or interacting with people. All right. While some might just be interested in that. They might be interested in what you even post. Are you posting rubbish? Are you abusing people online? Are you, showing some level of indecency with your post? They want to see so that they know the kind of person they are bringing in. All right. So for this, whatever it's for this experience analyst, tree line investment management internship, and all of that, and then he mentions what he's able to do there, and then summer internships and service, blah blah blah. He shows what he's doing there. Now you will notice that Tata is not here. All right. The Tata thing that he mentioned up there is not here. So the question would then be, did he use this as a tactic to attract people to say, oh, Tata is really a wonderful company. All right. So let's reach out to him. Or probably he's actually working here, but he has not updated his LinkedIn profile, okay, to show this. Now, this is internship, all right? So maybe he now has a more permanent job that is not internship. All of these are internship, okay? So maybe he now has a permanent job, but he failed to add it. And definitely that should be added because that will be a plus for him. So make sure that every new role you get, you want to come and add it. Okay. So this particular thing, business analyst at Tata Consulting Services shouldn't just be here, except if he's trying to trick recruiters. But then I don't think recruiters will want to fall for that without, having to check other things. So yes, they may see this, okay, but then they also want to check. They will go down. So it should be here, all right? The last thing we can see about him is analyst, and that's a tree line. But then, how about Tata Consultancy Services? So it should have been here, okay? So you should have been able to tell us. Now, look at this. This internship ended April 2023. So maybe he got a job May or probably June or July, of 2023 with Tata Consulting Services, and maybe he has been working there. You should have added it, okay? So just as you update your CV, you must also update your, your experience, your profile. Okay. Look at this lady, senior business analyst in the United States, business analyst at Sandoz, blah, 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 senior business systems analyst. So sometimes they call it business system analyst. So this one is more specific, okay? Some companies will say business analyst, all right? While some organizations have different roles under business analyst. So some will tell you, okay, business process analyst. Some will say business systems analyst, and there could be two different people in an organization. All right, so this is a lot more specific, but then what we have been able to bring out from this guy's profile, okay, and what we just mentioned now could be a merit for him. So you shouldn't do that. You should update your own stuff. Education, yeah, and we saw that up there, and the skills he has. Now we also have endorsement. So some of the skills you have, you can tell some of the people you worked with in different organizations where you have worked before to endorse you. So you can come here and endorse you for the different skills that you say you have. So for this person, one endorsement, let me check the person who endorsed him. Okay, Board of Trustees. Now, can you see Trinity College? Somebody, probably a lecturer or something. Yeah, a Board of Trustee in the tertiary institution that he went to, Trinity College. Okay, Trinity College. Yeah, so he went to Trinity College. Then community. So that person was able to vouch for him with respect to his analytical skill, and then for communication, same person. All right. So you can get your colleagues, people you have worked with, or whether the school you went to, if they can vouch for you with respect to what you have done. Look at this business analyst, certified scrum master, certified scrum, blah, 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 blah. Yep. Those are the necessary keywords. Very, very, very important. Okay. So this guy went to Trinity College. Can you see? So one of the board of trustees endorsed him. So some recruiters also look at the endorsement thing, because if you say, oh, I have this, I have that skill, you want to be sure if somebody can endorse you. So for finance, no endorsement, but that's not to say, if I thought you don't have endorsement, that's not to say that any recruiter will not look at your side, okay? But then it's an additional thing that if you have it, I mean, it's also good, okay? So you can talk to people who know you very well to just do that for you. All right, just send your profile link to them, and then they'll be able to do that for you. Okay, so look at this cover photo, not too good. There's no cover photo here. That is just like the normal thing that LinkedIn puts there. So he was supposed to put something here, at least to tell us who he is and all of that. It could even be just a picture of a nice place in the United States. It shouldn't be blank. Okay, so these are some of the lessons you should try to learn, and make sure that you implement corrections on your own profile. Let's go to another profile. Look at this person. um, Wonderful Eda, senior sales force business analyst, Scrum at Export Import Bank of the United States, working in a wonderful place. All right, wonderful school, wonderful Eda, but guess what? No picture. I mean, and that's really bad. That is really, really, really bad. I mean, how would you not have a picture and you expect that the recruiter will just be, I mean, we just want to reach out to you. This is not good. And then the cover photo, zero. But then he's working in a very good place, organization. So, I mean, but then he didn't pay attention to this. That's not too good. 260 connections, not bad. But then maybe more work needs to be done. So some people don't really pay attention to their profile here. Maybe they don't know that they can really get a lot of opportunities here. So he posted something 2 months ago, okay, and all of that. So um, and you will notice, I mean, he didn't fill his bio, his description. He didn't. Let's see if this lady did that. Um, she didn't also. She didn't also. She didn't also. But look at this guy. He did his bio and description. Yeah, about. You understand? He did his bio, So you need to do what you need to do, please. You need to do what you need to do. This should be something that you do. Don't behave like these people who did not bother to tell us more about themselves. It's not there at all. It's just the experience and all of that. Okay. And for this guy too, the same. He didn't tell us, don't give us better description about himself. Okay, not too good. So let's look at this person. Okay, I think the same applies to this person too. No description. All right, but then working here right now, senior business analyst at Anthem, senior system integrator at Capital One, and then business analyst at Amazon. Yeah, I mean India. So she has worked in wonderful places. I guess she relocated, uh, after working here, India, then Virginia, okay, then Virginia, then Columbia, United States, Washington, D.C. Okay, so she has been able to move from one country to another. But I mean, that's good. But then she needs to add a little more flesh to her profile. Okay. There's nothing like, oh, I don't want people to see my face. I mean, you can attract a lot of opportunities here. Apart from just work, I mean, you could be recommended for a project. Okay. Somebody might want to do a project, a very big one. I mean, just want people of like mind to come together, do it, and then when the time they search, they find you looking at your face. Oh, they say, okay, looks like this person is friendly. Let's try and work with her. Let's try and work with him. All right. So let's go. Um, Manasa, okay, good, open to work. I love that. She's presently working here, and this is the university she went to. Actively looking for full-time senior business system analyst role. Can you see? Very specific. Senior, not junior. Okay, she already has good experience. Okay, um, but then not just business analyst role, not a general uh term now, generalist business analyst, but business systems analyst role. That's where our focus is. Okay, she has 608 followers. Yeah, others didn't have followers; they just had connections. Okay, but for her, I guess she's very consistent here. So she has 608 followers, then 500 plus connections. That's good. That's good. That's good. So let's see now. Yeah, she tells us she's open to business analyst, business data analyst role, data analyst, senior system analyst, project manager, on-site, hybrid, remote. Yeah, location, Las Vegas, Nevada, United States, Oregon, United States, Washington, D.C. Yeah, very specific. Okay, for on-site, because, probably she lives around this area, and then it would be easy for her to go to work, okay, from there. Okay, your workplace shouldn't be too far from you. All right. So, um, yeah, the page is trying to load. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see if she has a bow in place. Let's see if she has a bow in place. Yep. Page still loading. Let's go to another. Yeah, look at this man. Yes. So we have done business analysts, about 5 of them. Now let's go to data analysts. So data analysts are United States Department of Agriculture. So as a data analyst, you can even work with government. It doesn't have to be private sector all the time. So USDA, United States Department of Agriculture, and this is the university he went to. Okay. New Orleans, that's where he is, Louisiana. All right, United States. And let's see his contact info. So, like I mentioned to you the other time, always put your contact info. All right, this is his profile. Then this is, the link to his portfolio. All right, on GitHub. Let's click that. Let's click that. Yeah. So these are some of the projects he has done. Okay. So yeah, These are some of the projects he has done. So you can always, you can follow him here if you like, and then you can just, so let's see. Yeah. So these are some of the SQL projects, project that he has done, repositories. Okay. So I click here. Yeah. So look at the things he has done. So if anybody wants to hire him, you can just come here and check out some of the things. Uh, you know, yeah. So he says, "Hello, hope you are well. These projects are examples from courses I have been taking trying to learn SQL." Can you say that? Beautiful. So the training that you did with Business and Tech Transformation Academy, I mean, a lot of the things that we have done, all you need to do is put it in a Google Drive link, and then you put it on your contact info page. So look at this guy. He's actually trying to learn SQL. He's actually a business analyst, but he feels that, okay, if I learn a bit of data analyst, a bit of data analysis, not bad. So let me learn SQL, aside the business analysis that I do. And you could see here, he has, proofs of that. And then at the end of the day, he says, oh, these are a project I've been doing based on the courses I have been trying to do with respect to SQL. I mean, that's beautiful. I love that. That's beautiful. So there you go. This is portfolio. So you can put your Google Drive link here. Okay. That's it. That's it. That's it. All right. So let's jump to this. Okay. No. Yeah. We just look at the contact info. Let's look at some other things. So in fact, this man and myself are in the same, in the same group. We have a mutual group. That group, it's called Power BI, Business Intelligence Dashboard Analysis Analysis for Analysts and Chief Operating Officers. Okay, so feel free to also join that group if you are under our data analysis training. All right. Good job. Now, about good, he's able to put it here, unlike others. So he said, experienced logistics and supply chain operations manager with a demonstrated history of working in the military industry. Can you see? Trying to tell us what he has done before. With extensive knowledge in procurement. Can you see that? Inventory control and data analysis in support of strategic organizational goals. Can you see that? Beautiful. So flexible and adaptable to any work environment with proven ability to clearly communicate and collaborate with internal and external departments. I love that. Soft skills, okay? He has mentioned his technical skill. Now he's mentioning his soft skills, flexibility, adaptability, all right? Communication, collaboration, all right? I love that. That's good. Though short, but it makes sense, okay? Better than people who did not have anything at all. And then look at some of his posts, all right? This is interesting. This is an interesting program. Wonder how it will work out. Blah blah blah. Talking about the Marine Corps, and then reposting a particular post here, any climb, any place, So make sure you are vibrant on LinkedIn. All right, post once in a while. You don't have to do it every day. Now, data analyst, USDA full time. Yeah, from February 2024 up to now. Data analysis, Microsoft. I was thinking that he's trying to. He majored in business analysis. He actually majors in data analysis. Okay, so data analysis, Microsoft BI, Microsoft Power BI, data analytics, visualization, data modeling, Microsoft Excel, blah 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 blah, and all of that. SharePoint. Okay. Power Platform and all of that. Okay, good job. Now, logistics. Can you see? You mentioned that he has good knowledge about logistics. So it wasn't like he worked as a logistics officer, but he worked as a logistics data analyst. Can you see that? So, in fact, it's possible that the organization, this Marine Forces Reserve, probably called him a logistics officer. But because he needs to, he did more of data analysis there. So the title should actually be logistics data analyst. Okay, do a good job. So the logistics analyst, can you see that? Logistics analyst, all right? So, and from logistics analyst, logistic data analyst, and all of that, okay? So logistics supply chain manager for the United States Marine Forces Reserve, blah, blah, blah. So he has moving from one government department parastatal to another, all right? So they have this one, other experiences, blah, 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 and all of that. Okay, good. Let's, okay, these are the universities, and then look at the, yeah, I think I saw something about business analysis about him. So look at this. He got certification in business analysis, though he's doing data analysis, but then he's trying to be broad, okay, and then he got this, okay, got the university, got a certificate. You can click on the certificate to check it out. PDF. Good, good, good. Business analytics. All right, good, good. No problem. So I think there's a second page. Second page. All right. Okay, good, 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 good. I love that. Good. So, and then these are the skills you're able to get from that: predictive analytics, prescriptive analytics, descriptive analysis. Good. All right, then. Microsoft Power Up program, low code, maker course completion, and all of that. And then want to show his credential, his certificate. Okay, we have to log in correctly. Let's see where that's gonna pop up. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Yep. All right. Let's go back. Okay. Okay, this for the other lady. Yeah, let's go back here. Yep. All right, good. So let's go back. Yeah, so the skills, show all 60 skills. Can you imagine 60 good skills that he has put there? So if any recruiter comes around to search for business analytics or business analysis, it's going to come up. If they search for business and for data analysis or data analysis, it's going to pop up. Okay, so it's all about using keywords. They come around and say Microsoft Power Platform. If that's what they're searching for, so it depends on the different kind of words, keywords that you use in your profile that will help you show up when people come to search for you. Let's go to this person. All right, research data analyst. Can you see that? Research data analyst, not just data analyst, research data analyst. Transitioning marine officer. Can you see now? He was once a marine officer to data analyst. Okay, that's beautiful. The United States Naval Academy. This is the university she went to. She didn't bother to check the current organization she works for. Honolulu, Hawaii, United States. That's where she is. 260 connections. Okay, contact info. Yeah, this is her profile, but she didn't have it. Maybe a website or any GitHub link or Google Drive link. Okay. You and Marita are both in. We are both in. Myself and this lady. We are both in Python developers community. All right. Yeah, she has a description about. Okay, so let's read it. Data analyst and marine corps officer with a solid background in data analysis. So it's possible that at the marine she's being referred to as marine corps officer, but then she's actually a data analyst because what she does there is actually the analysis. So she should be able to call herself a data analyst, even if the people at the marine whatever would just call her generally as marine corps officer. So you should be able to call yourself what you feel you should be called and not be boxed. so to say, by the title that your organization gives you. With a solid background in data analysis, project management, and process improvement, my career began at the University State Naval Academy, where I learned earned a Bachelor of Science and honed my leadership skills. Can you see that? I like that. I got this bachelor's degree, but then I honed my leadership skills. That means she's fit to lead a team. Okay, any organization would like to hear that. Currently, I'm pursuing a Master's of Science. Can you imagine that? In data science. So she's progressing at the University of Colorado, Boulder. My key skills include using Excel. Now, looking at this, look at this. She's mentioning the skills, okay, so that when people search, she can feature Excel, Power BI, Python, SQL, and Tableau to produce strategic and actionable insight, achieve goals, and improve processes. Beautiful. And then top skills, data analysis, blah, 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 trend analysis, collaborative problem solving. This is soft skill. I love that. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So look at this. I'm happy to share that I've obtained a new certification, Certified Scrum Master. So when you get a new certification, feel free to, feel free to share it on LinkedIn. When you design a report, a dashboard on Power BI, come to LinkedIn and say, hey, I just designed this, celebrate with me, blah, 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 blah. And people will begin to comment, oh, wow, you mean you designed this? Wow, 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 wow. I've been hoping to also know how to, become a data analyst. Can you tell me more about it? And then recruiters also look at posts, different posts that people do, churn out. And if they look at it and say, wow, if this person can design this, then we're looking for a data analyst. Let me reach out to him. Okay, let me reach out to him. So now look at it. Now look at it. She's working at the United States Marine Corps. Okay. Now look at what she told us here. She said Marine Corps officer. That's what the organization calls her. But guess what? She comes here to say data research analyst at the Center for Cybersecurity Studies. So if she had put here Marine Reserve Marine Corps officer, nobody would take her for a role. Okay, so she needed to put a title that really makes sense, going by what she does for these people. Okay, she's not just a Marine Corps officer; she's actually data research analyst. So the title you put here really, really matters. So collaborating with course coordinators to align educational studies with enterprise growth, develop blah blah blah, Power BI data analysis, my human machine teaming researcher, blah blah blah. So make sure you craft all of this well. And then what she did at her internship, can you imagine? Congressional intern. All right. You didn't read data analysis or something, but guess what? Under here, she put data analysis, attention to detail, blah, 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 conducted thorough data analysis and formulated proposal to enhance process efficiency and management. So what she did there, even if at this House of Representatives, they did not call it data analysis, but, she feels that there was actually data analysis. And that's why, this particular way, okay? She had to craft it this particular way. All right. So let's go. This is the university she attended, and then the certification she has. She's also putting it here, and then this is a certificate. All right, this is a certificate. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. All right, the Microsoft Excel expert, beautiful. And volunteering, she had volunteered for this organization. Then the skills, she has been able to put it here, continuous improvement, Yeah, her honors and awards. She has received some awards. It's good that you also put it here. They have received some award, best staff of the month, best staff of the year. That will show recruiters that, wow, this person is really diligent. Maybe you are the best student in your class when you're in the university. Put it here, okay? All your honors and your awards, put it here. Let people see, okay? Flaunt it here. Just make you someone that the recruiter will prefer, okay? So the existing history fellowship, blah, 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 and all of that. So issued by John W. Houston Fellowship Committee, May 2022. Okay, all these are very, very important. Okay, very, very important, very, very important, very, very important. Okay, our interest in this different organization. Uh, this organization, beautiful. Then there are more companies, okay, that she's interested in, and all of that. See them, see them, see them. The companies that align with what she is looking for or what she does. All right, good, good, good. Let me just do one more and then we call it a wrap. So look at this person, though he didn't put a photo here, that's not too good. But then he says, I'm a data analyst contact, email address, that's beautiful. Okay, trying to show us some graphs, some charts here, that's beautiful. But then you should have put his picture here. Data analysis, years of experience. I hope businesses drive growth with data, SQL, Python, Power BI. He didn't check where he's working at the moment, so we only have a school here. 500 plus connections, no follower. He lives in New York City. Okay, my portfolio. Let's look at it. Yeah, so look at his portfolio here. This is resume. All right, this is resume, data analysis, and these are storytelling, true numbers, and that for blah blah blah. You can do this. Okay, yeah, it's not a big deal. His resume, his projects, yeah. So this was done using Wix.com, so no big deal at all. So, and it's free, okay? Just use the free subscription. So look at the project he has done. Look at the the dashboard that he was able to do, okay? Just trying to show us the project overview, blah blah blah, business impact, data integration, power, key performance metrics, user-centric design, blah blah blah, all of that. Look at this one again. Look at this one. I mean, look at. Yeah, can you see that? So he did this in Microsoft Excel. You can do the same. We've taught you this, that, and look at this. Look at this, look at this, look at this, look at this. So this is good. So any recruiter can then come here and just say, okay, let me check this guy out by just clicking his profile and then it'll be good to go. So let me look at this. Open to work data analyst, blah, 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 data scientist. So then we are in 3 mutual groups together. This guy and myself, okay? You and Bro are both in Python developers community. Yeah, I might share. And I mean, let's look at this about. It says, I transform raw data into powerful insight that drive business growth with 3 years of experience in SQL, Python, and Power BI, specialized in predictive modeling, A/B testing, and real-time dashboard that optimize performance across financial services, retail, and digital marketing. Okay, so these are some of the industry that is familiar with. Okay, so my expertise in customer segmentation, trend analysis, and workflow optimization, blah blah blah. Let's connect and unlock the power of data together. I can be reached at. This is beautiful. You understand? Beautiful, beautiful. Passionate about continuous learning and innovation. Can you see that? That's good. That's a soft skill. Okay, ability to learn more. I'm always exploring new ways to turn analytics to real world impact. Beautiful. Top skills. Blah, 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 blah. And all of that. Look at some of the things he has done and all of that. Look at some of his posts. Okay, he posted 1 month ago, 1 month ago. All right. Just sharing analysis. Yeah. Okay. So let's see some other things. Business analyst, business data analyst at Zenith Technology LCC is remote. Can you see remote? And he has been doing it since 2024. Data analyst, United States Good Bureau, SQL, Microsoft Excel, graduate teaching assistant. Okay, he left that 2023 and then he began data analyst role. Okay, beautiful. Now, data analyst, then he moves to business data analyst. Can you see that transition? Beautiful, beautiful. Now, this internship, it may not really have been they probably did not call him data analyst here in this internship, obviously. But he felt that all that he did there was data analysis. So he's a data analyst, all right? And then this one too, he had this in India. Okay, I guess he moved from India to the United States after graduation. All right, good. So he has masters, he has licenses, Google Data Analytics Professional Certificate, IBM Data Science, and look at the project he has done before and all of that. Show all the 12 projects. So he has done quite a bit of projects, volunteering work. So it's good to put your volunteering stuff because recruiters sometimes want to know whether you have volunteered one way or the other, skills, blah, blah, blah. 84 skills. Can you see that? Look at recommendations. Yeah, somebody team me to guarantee a successful partnership. Let's look at blah, blah, blah. So look at this. You know, he has received this and he has not given any recommendation to anybody. Okay, that's funny anyway. So, but he has received two. Okay. So publications, he has been able to make, he has one publication. Don't forget it was formerly a graduate assistant lecturing at the university before he left in 2023. My memory serves me right. Show all courses that he has done, you know, big data technology, applied analytics, then language. Okay, you understand English and then Gujarati. That should probably be his local language. And then Hindi, Marathi, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so you can also put any of the languages that you understand there. All right, so that in case a French recruiter wants to recruit you, they will also know that you can communicate well with them in French outside English. So interest, top voices, companies, groups, blah, 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 blah. Okay, I think we've been able to exhaust that very well. For this other person, look at this, I like this, very simple. Data analysts are this, and this, and data analysts are United States Postal Service, a government organization, but then they also need data analysts. Yeah, Postal Service. And then you have this, Seacoast Bank, all right? I guess it was formerly a military person, but now working with Seacoast Bank. That's a good transition, okay? Good transition from military. All right, I think we've been able to do justice to all of this. Thank you so much, everyone. You did it about beautiful. My name is Shola Igbosi for Business and Tech Transformation Academy. I hope you have been able to learn one or two things from all of this. Help us and then transition to the bank. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Thank you so much. I'd love to hear your review, your comments. Feel free to do that. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful, wonderful time. And I'll talk to you soon. Implement these things, please. It's really, really, really important.